know what you call that. You know, some people might call it pandering to the left. You know, hey Kennedy's, look at me, I got your back. And I brought it up in the middle of a pop star interview. You know, the kid started, Long Beach, rock and roll. What was that guy like? Let's not, Skeko really did, the Kennedys are, just don't go skiing, flying, or eating, when you're out with them. Hey, why don't you test this for me? You want some sake? No, Joseph, put it away. I'm not eating anything you're doing. Not a guy you want to get, sushi with,
Colin Quinn is the comics comic, right? Everybody
he said on the
loves
podcast that he goes, my act has always been a bit of a dog whistle for other comics. They come running. Now, if only there were more comics in every town and they could pay a cover charge, I'd be a rich, rich man.
Why is he so bitter?
He's not at all. Is
that sort of the persona?
He's a ray of light.
Yeah. Oh, really?
You read his Twitter?
I should.
It's the funniest thing in the world.
Oh, I got to get on that.
Because he does it just to get people crazy.
Like, I guess at the end of the day, we can all agree Mark Mcgrath was a guy who was a great leader that just made some bad choices. And then people just go crazy. And he retweets every single thing that they say.
Oh, my God.
If you don't like it, you should move out of the country and kill yourself. And he just keeps going.
Jesus.
I think when you're as famous as I am, Will Ferrell had a big drug problem and he stole Anchorman from me, but, what are you going to do?
Oh, I heard about that. That's actually a real one, right?
No, I don't think it is at all.
No, there was one he actually pissed everybody off and it became news.
Yeah, because he said Will Ferrell was a cokehead.
That was it, yeah.
And then Will Ferrell pulls up to his house in his Ferrari and just gets out and screams and kicks his own tires. And then I don't let him in. I have my people not let him in. Like Colin lives in like a walk-up in Manhattan. Right. He's still in like Chelsea.
That's awesome, man. Fuck, he's funny.
Sugar Ray, you and your buddies. The reason I put a pin in this is because this is what everybody wants to know. Like, you and your guys are playing music. Atlantic Records comes and just sees you doing clubs?
Nope. We weren't even one of the bigger bands in that sort of beach community then. No one really, the bands that were big didn't even know us. Sublimes and No Doubts, you know what I mean? We were just a band of friends that got together.
Way to promote, stupid.
No, but you know what I'm saying, dude? No one was coming to look for us.
Our peers didn't even know who we were. Come see us though. It'll be great.
But what we did do is we were smart. We had some smart people. Mick G, my buddy Mick G. I don't know if you know Mick G. He's the director of films.
Yeah, I got a great Mick G story for you.
Well, you got to tell me.
I wanted you to tell me first because I've interrupted you 40 times in a row.
Okay, well, no, I appreciate it. It's the way this goes. It's a podcast, man. So it's a back and forth. It's a give and take. It's reciprocity.
I know, but I give too much. Oh. I mean, I take too much.
Well, so do I.
I can't even get my thoughts straight.
That's why I interrupt your flow sometime, and I can see you kind of just stew a little. You did it on Master Debaters, too. You're like, shut up. I'm going.
No, never.
Really?
I love it. No, because I talk too much.
No, but
now we're arguing about who talks more.
But people want to
tell the story, stupid.
All right, so anyway, Mick G, who became this big director and directed all the videos you saw on MTV in the 90s.
Promised me the role in Charlie's Angels that he gave, whatever.
Did he really? Oh, fuck, he's promised me a role too, motherfucker, so I don't feel bad. I'm his
At
best
a urinal, after the audition, followed me out.
Well,
you're going to do this, right? You're all right? You're right with doing this? Are you okay? You're down. You're doing it, right? Yeah, they made an offer to Matt LeBlanc. Sorry.
I say this about Mick G all the time, okay? The best will and intent in the world. The most honest, earnest intent in the world. Terrible execution sometimes.
Yeah, but when you're at a urinal holding your dicks, you go, well, obviously.
Well, what better place to lie to someone than
the buck stops here.
But anyway, 35 years of friendship with the guy. He's a great guy. He loves you.
I have no problem with the guy.
He really likes you a lot.
If I'm a studio, I go, no, you got to do Matt LeBlanc. He's on fucking, Matthew Perry, whoever it was.
It was LeBlanc, yeah. Like I was up for it too back then.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
The Lucy Liu boyfriend.
But I couldn't act, yeah. When they put the red wire here and then the whole part, yeah.
You got it,
I did. I was up for it, Dad. So he started getting his directing chops down back then. Made a video for a song of ours called Caboose. We had two original songs, Lick Me and Caboose. So the one that was the least offensive was Caboose. We made a video for it, put in a pizza box, and sent it unsolicited to everybody we've ever heard of in the music business. Rick Rubin,
Pizza Box.
Russell Simmons, Pizza Box.
That's cool.
We thought that would be a good idea, just to get through. And we made a video, and this was 93. And it was cassette tapes demos back then, dude. This is old school. That's how old I am. So we made a video in a pizza box, sent it to everybody that we knew. Guys, anybody in the business, anybody that ever heard about me in the business, one person bought out of New York a management company. And they wanted to be managers. They didn't have any artists. They just said, let's be managers. And they called us, took us to New York. We signed a management deal with them. They were riding on a train with a guy from Atlantic Records. They gave him the video. He saw the video, loved it, gave it to Doug Morris, who is the head of Universal now, but back then he was the president of Atlantic. He saw it and said, I don't know if this is a hit, but I love everything that's going on in this video. I think this kid's a star. And I think this guy's got potential. The band's got potential. And this is when it was like grunge, angry. No one was having fun. We were like, yeah, dude, let's party.
Yeah, we're in someone's backyard having a house party.
That's what the band always was, still is to this day. And we got two records.
You were Kid and Play.
Pretty much.
I just said house
we
party,
were the 90s Herman's Hermits Kid and Play hybrid. But we got a record deal. $2 million, 2 records firm record deal.
That's what I wanted to know.
One song. We went, holy fuck, our dreams just came true. Holy shit, we got to write some more songs.
How many guys?
4 guys in the band.
So you got to split $2 million 4 ways.
Well, that was, that goes into production costs and living and touring.
Just in theory, the overall thing, you guys sitting in the garage weren't thinking about production costs. You're going,
no, we weren't.
We're going to split $2 million.
No, we said, okay, we can live. We can quit our jobs. We can live and like make this last. Because you do have expenses, Jay. You gotta, there's production. You gotta make a record. Those records back then cost $300,000 to make. So.
But that comes out of your end?
That comes out of that $1 million.
This is my whole page of questions is about how like a record company gives you $2 million.
Yeah.
And then when it comes time to get paid, they're like, oh no, remember the limo from the airport?
Absolutely.
And the unlimited supply of booze?
And then they get into stuff that you weren't even involved in. Like, oh, that was free goods. We gave 100 CDs to Malaysia so they could like pass it around their DJs. Shit that didn't even affect you. You weren't even involved in the, of any kind of commerce of that. So it's a shit called free goods that really you get killed on as an artist because it's stuff you don't know about.
The thing that makes you crazy is that they write it off as a business expense, but then they still take it out of your rent.
You're goddamn right they do.
It's like when a comedy club says, plus we took $3,000 out for advertising. It's like, wait, you're going to write off advertising. I went to the radio station, and I'm pretty sure me on Kevin and Bean, hasn't happened to me in a very long time.
Right.
And I'm only using this as an example because
it's very similar.
So, yeah, and they write it off twice, which is against the law. It's a felony, you fuck. Stop putting your hands in our pockets.
Right? And the LA Weekly that really brought people was me and Kevin and Bean for fucking 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
Right, that ad under legal hemp and that herbal ecstasy ad.
Jesus Christ!
And then Jay Mohr at Uncle Sputchy's Chuckle Hut. Well, we got to take out $2,000 for that ad. Fuck your ad. Write it off, asshole, or get a new accountant. Fuck you. Pay me
for that.
That was all the money we had, Mark. What are you doing, Karen? I'm sorry. Sorry. Oh, who lives here?
Isn't that the rad scene when he's on the ground, he fucking hits the ground instead of hitting her face? Love that. Good
Yes.
Greatest movie. Is that your favorite movie of all time?
Raging Bull.
Raging Bull is.
But Goodfellas.
That's the artist in you talking. Goodfellas is way more entertaining.
I would say probably Goodfellas. But I'm the Thin Red Line guy, too.
You like that much?
Yes.
That was a good movie.
Every freaking photograph of it I get.
So that's the best war movie of all time to you, without a doubt.
No, I'm Platoon guy all the way. I'd like to hear about it, potheads. Yeah. Y'all smoke this shit to escape from reality? I don't need this shit. I am reality.
Oh, my God, that was good.
I got no problem with a man with fighting him. But when the machine breaks down, we break down, gentlemen. And I can't have that, not from no one of you. Y'all love liars. Y'all want to kick ass?
Kick ass.
Well, there's 8 of you boys, and I'm here all by my lonesome. Long pause. Kill me. Wow. He wanted them to kill him for real. It took me 8 viewings to realize, he really wants them to kill him.
I didn't even realize that until you just told me that.
Well, yeah, because they say before he comes in, nothing can kill Barnes but Barnes. Barnes been shot 6 times. Barnes ain't dead. And that's why he gets so mad. He goes, shit on all you. Because they wouldn't just fucking step up and shiv him.
I am talking to you, Red, and I'm telling you no.
Very nice.
For that?
$2 million.
I got one impression, by the way. It's for everybody.
I love it.
Yeah, I can tell.
I did love it. $2 million.
Yeah.
So...
Actually, it was a 2-record deal for $1 million. That was the deal. And back then, that was huge, and especially for a band.
So wait, where'd you get $2 million from?
I think I meant to say 2 records firm.
I misspoke, JJ.
For $1 million. I think I did say it and said it wrong the second time. Thing is, it was a big story in the industry because
$250,000 each.
Yeah, but you didn't, dude. Again, the cost of making a record, the cost of living, and 4 guys not working anymore, and going on the road and touring.
All right, hold on, sweetie. I understand that now.
Yeah.
Today. But how old were you?
24.
That guy went, holy shit, that's $250,000 each.
No, that guy was very smart. That guy's a USC graduate, and that guy knows his business.
Break it down.
Come on now. That guy was
UCLA asshole. Go fuck it. No, I won't leave you.
So no, I was very, and one thing I do know is the business, and I retain knowledge.
So you immediately knew.
I knew what it meant. $1 million deal that was a very great deal.
So you're like, guys, take it easy, guys. Who bought all these?
No, Jay, when you win is when they buy your record already made for $1 million, because then you're not making a record. Then you go, oh hell yeah, now we're splitting up that $1 million. We had records
when they buy Bleach. from Nirvana.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The same thing. They bought a bleacher. You know, that's when you get paid. Oh, we love your little indie record. We want to buy it as a major. Here's $1 million. So the record's already made. There's no cost.
Like whoever took over Sub Pop made a lot of money.
Yeah, and Sub Pop made a lot of money.
All those Bad Brains records and all those.
But I think the Sub Pop guys made more money because they could never really, Sub Pop never broke through the mainstream because they kept it really indie. Yeah. You know, there was never that giant Sub Pop act that sold millions of records, you know. They sold millions as a collective.
And probably the three guys in this room's all of our favorite bands.
Well, without a doubt.
Was Mudhoney Sub Pop too?
Oh, they were Sub Pop. Yeah, I think they were the first Sub Pop.
I'm sick.
It's a great, what a song. What a song. There's the greatest book in the world about Sub Pop you should read, and it has narratives from everybody involved.
What's it called? You know what? You could buy this on Amazon, you pricks.
Go through the Jay Mohr website and buy this on Amazon.
Wow, McGrath knows the game.
Damn it, dude. I can't remember the name of the book, and I apologize.
All right, you know what? I'm just going to get the help.
Get the help. It's a good book.
Sub Pop book. I'll write that down. So you got to work. You had to write songs, but did you enjoy writing songs?
For me, it was kind of rough, Jay, because we were sort of a cover band that got signed, and like I didn't really have a distinctive.
Who did you cover?
We covered everything from the Blondie, to Zodiac Mind Warp, to Motorhead, to Run DMC, to the Specials. We were that eclectic original band that thought they were cool, that weren't cool, that covered all these cool songs.
Oh, it's cool to me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had to find a vocal
That's
style.
cooler to me than like, you know, the Soft Parade, the Doors tribute band. Like, like come on, you assholes. You can grow your hair to look like Jim.
Totally.
I'd much rather be you guys.
What is that? David Brock, the Wild Child Experience for the Doors? Yeah. No, we weren't that because we couldn't be. I didn't have that much talent. But I was sitting here going, oh my God, now I got to sing songs in the studio. And like, listen, God didn't put me on this earth to sing. Okay? I found a tone that people responded to, and I am very appreciative of that.
G.
But yeah, well, whatever it is, you know.
Just one of that. That's G, right?
I don't know, dude. Like I said, I'm not a singer. But this a producer that we worked with, David Kahn, led me to water and found my voice. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So I was kind of nervous about the recording process because we had to write songs, and I was a singer. And like, you know, it's easy to write music. It's hard to write melodies, dude. That's where your cake is made, you know? Anybody can write a song. Tracks are easy to do all day. It's melodies and lyrics where...
You mean like the hooks and stuff?
The hooks. When did you ever buy a song because the track was so dope? Never, maybe?
Well, guys in this garage, sure. But I know what you mean.
Well, maybe a venture song or something, maybe an instrumental you like. But no, I'm talking about the hook always makes it a hit. I mean, you know, unless you're into some grimy New York rap, you don't give a fuck about a hook. You know what I mean? That also, you don't give a fuck about money. You know what I'm saying? Those don't make money. So, we were kind of swinging for the fences. My favorite bands were the Beatles and Beach Boys and...
Who's your favorite Beatle?
Paul. I'm a melody guy.
That's the correct answer. That's tight, bro. Nobody says Paul.
Everybody says John. Everybody says John.
I've been banging the Paul drum for 14 years.
That's an easy drum to bang.
He wrote everything. Concept albums. He did it all. John. The problem, though, John was so awesome. People don't realize John would wake up and do a tab of acid, snort heroin, smoke pot, drink all day, show up, be a fucking dick to everybody, and then leave early with Yoko. But then he'd do fucking Strawberry Fields, and you're like, oh my God.
You can stay, fuck.
And he decided to combine the orchestral version with the acoustic version. Like, why don't we just play them at the same time?
Right.
And I'm like, oh my God. You know?
He was the rebel punk spirit in the Beatles, but the Beatles would not be the Beatles without Paul's sense of melody, bro.
Yes.
I mean, listen to Day in the Life if you want the
Underrated
perfect example of John Lennon's writing style and Paul McCartney. Because John Lennon writes the beginning. And then Paul McCartney writes the end. Woke up, get out of bed, again, you know, and you could that is the best example.
John was like the dirt under the nail.
Absolutely. It was the yin to his yang.
Yeah.
And don't sleep on George Harrison, dude.
No, everybody loves George.
Yeah, and George is great. And Ringo, I mean, they all wrote, they all sang.
The Beatles are dying in order of coolness.
God, that's fucking funny, man.
Ringo's going to live to be 140.
God,
and by the way, I heard he's a fucking asshole.
I've heard that too.
I've never heard a nice thing about Ringo Starr.
Didn't you? You know, Howard Stern always plays this, and I know you're not Howard, but the peace and love, peace and love. Listen, starting October 16th, no more autographs. No more.
He told this story on this podcast.
Oh, you did? Then,
peace and
what
love.
a dick to just don't say anything. Why publicly announce you will no longer sign autographs? You know what I mean?
It's not going to stop people from asking.
That's what I'm saying.
A Beatle just walked by. Hand him a pen.
Yeah. Now it's time for me to show my, decorum and manners. You know what I mean? People see people and freak out, you know? Shit, I still get hassled every once in a while at a Cold Stone Creamery.
You guys were super
That was
famous.
funny.
It was funny. You know what?
No, Jay, I can throw one out there, dude. You got to give me a little yuck or a chuck.
I'll tell you exactly what happened.
Okay.
I realized, like, there's so much Sugar Ray stuff to get to. So I started, like, that giant rock that comes after Indy in the cave. That thing had already been released when you said your joke.
Got it.
So I didn't even hear it.
But you couldn't bring it back. It just, as a guest in your own home, just sort of courtesy.
What was it? I honestly didn't even hear it.
Well, now it's not funny, though.
It will be.
Well, maybe the people are